Hey friends, this is your Jumpstart for Monday, March 27th. And I love this 8th chapter of Judges because it reminds me of my favorite Disney movie, Aladdin. Gideon really treats God like the genie of the lamp, this cosmic, incredible, powerful friend with a teeny, teeny living space in Gideon's heart. How do we see that manifest? Well, when Gideon goes to war to do this incredible thing that he could only do through God's power, you see him start to slip more and more and more of himself into the credit. For instance, we're going to war for the Lord and for Gideon. Then after that, we see Gideon start to do things that God doesn't even tell him to do. His will is conspicuously absent. His cousins come and ask him, well, why did you go to war without us? And Gideon says, well, he comes up with a clever excuse rather than just telling them that this was by God's design and God's order. Not only that, but then he's on the road and comes across some more of his clansmen later and decides that he feels disrespected by the way that they treated him and his people. And now he's going to torture and murder some other Israelites. And then ultimately, we see him stray completely away from God's way as he ends up leading the Israelites right back into idolatry at the end of the chapter. And it's easy to look at this and Gideon and say, oh, yeah, he was way off. He was way off. But what about your own life? If you were to take this week and take an assessment of where you are and the things you have done, are there any places where you find that you have taken the credit for some things that really God did? Some things that you prayed to God for that he did, and in the end, you thanked everybody but him or yourself. Gideon shows us that it's really possible to be walking in the same direction that God has sent us, but without God. Check out your own heart this week and see if you're still listening to God's decisions. And check out Judges chapter 8. Continue to power up, pour in, and spill out.